Good morning, Britain. All change in schools. Teachers are to decide exam grades in England, but experts warn it could lead to a report of last year's chaos.
Well, once you've had the vaccine, you have a feeling of, you're protected. It is obviously difficult for people to, if they've never had a vaccine, because they ought to think about other people rather than themselves.
That is the Queen implying that she thinks not taking the vaccine is selfish. She's intervened in the fight against COVID as she urges people to think of others.
Charting the staggering highs and lows of one of the sport's most iconic rivalries, Frank Bruno joins us live to tell us about the new documentary that brings him together with his nemesis, Mike Tyson, for the first time in 31 years.
From child star to one of soap's most notorious villains, Patsy Kensit tells us about reuniting with Martin Kemp for ITV crime drama McDonald and Dodds.
And meet Kate Garraway. This is the real Kate Garraway, though. Kate the nurse, who has a fiancé called Ben. We're going to be finding out what life is like living as Kate Garraway and hearing about the touching messages of support she's received.
Friday, 26th of February 2021. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ben Shephard and Kate Garraway.
Hi there, good morning. It is just gone 6:30. The real Kate Garraway.
At last!
Would you please stand up?
At last, we found the real Kate Garraway. How exciting is that?
What a lovely story.
Yes, my friend sent me this yesterday. I wasn't aware of her, and she is called Kate Garraway. It's even spelt the same way, and it's quite an unusual spelling.
So she wrote an article, didn't she, about being called Kate Garraway for the Metro?
She's come forward. She's declared herself. She has stood up as the real Kate Garraway. But the contact goes back a long way that Ben, I didn't realise, because when she was 11, her father wrote to GMTV.
Yes.
Because he was aware that there was somebody on GMTV called Kate Garraway and his daughter's called Kate Garraway. And I sent a signed photograph, but I didn't know it was to another Kate Garraway. And so that's when she became aware there was someone else in the world called Kate Garraway, and it's haunted her all her life.
In the article, she writes, when a signed photo of Kate Garraway came through the post, I felt honoured and really pleased. My dad had excitedly written to ITV one morning after realising that the host, Kate Garraway, had the same name as his 11-year-old. I think he thought we might get a big prize or something, but the signed photo was enough. I imagined her sitting down, reading the letter and adding her signature to the headshot. In hindsight, I realised she probably wasn't responsible responding to her own fan mail.
Well,
but still,
actually, the truth is, we do. We do sign it, and we absolutely do. But
how much fan mail did you get?
I don't... Yeah, it's not a big task for me, responding to fan mail. But I don't think your dad said the reason, if you're watching, Kate, that you had the same name. Otherwise, I would have definitely picked up on that. I think it was just a very simple, sweet request to say, could he have a picture? But how extraordinary. And this has haunted her all her life. And she's even got engaged to somebody called Ben.
Yes, but as she says in the article, unfortunately, my Ben's not a shepherd.
There is only one.
He sounds far better than that. She's a nurse, so she's working on the front line. She's working through COVID. And one of the things that's really lovely in this article, she talks about the amount of messages, because lots of people mistake her for you, so they send messages to her over social media, just sending love and support through everything that you're going through with the family and because of Derek. And she said it's just been extraordinary to watch that outpouring of love and generosity to you that's gone via her, vicariously.
Which is lovely, isn't it? And, of course, as a nurse, she is one of the people that we should all be sending love to anyway.
More importantly,
she's doing absolutely wonderful things. But I've told everybody, haven't I, how incredible people have been. You know, you often hear people talk about social media who have some kind of public role, the curse of it and the trolling and the nastiness. But what I've experienced has been an absolute renewal of faith in humanity and complete loveliness from people.
People have reached out, haven't they?
And it's lovely that she said she's had an insight into that too. There have been moments when it hasn't been quite so good to be Kate Garraway, hasn't there?
She said, oh, yeah, go on, I'll let you explain this, I'm not going here.
Well, there have been moments where perhaps, you know, during Strictly Come Dancing, there were issues where maybe there was, you know, things cropped up and there were problems, and her boyfriend, now fiancé Ben, had to say, "Leave my missus alone."
He was defending her at work.
Alone.
She also said there was an awkward moment where she booked a hair appointment at a fancy salon, and they clearly expected my namesake, as everyone who worked there was surrounding reception waiting to meet me. I can understand why, though. I would love to meet Kate Garraway. Well, look, hopefully, Kate...
Oh, God, we've got to meet.
We would love for you to meet. I mean, it's not the right time, really, for people to meet, but when things calm down and break down and we can all get out again, to actually to bring the two Kates together. Can you imagine, Richard, there's someone else living with the Kate Garraway name?